On today's show, live from Montana's folks, Kerry Kurt Phillips is in the house. We're cooking baby back ribs with a blackened seasoning. The blackened seasoning is made fresh. It's going to be a great time. Come on back and enjoy. Hello folks, I'm Chris Manley, Director of Operations of Montana's Restaurant in beautiful Bluffton, South Carolina. I tell you, today I am so pleased to introduce to you Kerry Kurt Phillips, singer-songwriter extraordinaire from Nashville, Tennessee.
Keep talking, I like it,
I'm
man.
overwhelmed.
Don't stop.
I'm in overload right now. You, my friend, I've read about you, I've listened to you on the internet. Incredible.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I make stuff up for a living. So basically I'm a glorified liar, I guess. But that's what I do. It's a job, you know, and we've been very blessed with it. But we're tickled to death to be here, and looking forward to playing tomorrow night.
Well, I tell you, I hear from Nashville that you're like the man. Some of your compadres, some of the fellow singers.
Did you say I'm the man or I'm in demand?
You the man.
Oh, the man. Okay.
And you're in demand. But I've heard nothing but great things about you, and we're honored to have you here at Montana.
Thank you so much. It's you know, we play a few venues every now and then. We don't get out that much, but when somebody wants to have us, we do everything we can to accommodate them, and if they'll give us a place to plug in and a crowd to play to, we'll do it. So besides the fact that I understand we're going to be talking about some fine home cooking of yours here in a minute.
We're going to talk about some food for sure.
That don't hurt to attract a person.
Listen, your music, the songs that you have written, just tell the folks just a couple of your biggest hits.
Well, a couple of my biggest songs are "Pickup Man." I wrote was a big hit for Joe Diffie. "Down on the Farm" for Tim McGraw. "Almost Home" for Craig Morgan was a big song. Another big song for Tim McGraw was "Maybe We Should Just Sleep on It," or "Do You Want Fries with That?" Just recently had a song out by Craig Morgan that was called "This Ain't Nothing," which was a successful song. And you know, over the years we've been fortunate to have stuff like George Jones' "I Don't Need Your Rocking Chair," and cuts by a lot of different people in the business, you know, that just about something for everybody out there. You know, Billy Ray Cyrus had Song of the Year by him. That was a big thing. It's All the Same to Me. So,
boy, you have done it, man. I'm going to tell you. A couple of your songs hit home with me. "Do You Want Fries with That" is a good divorce song, folks, if any of you have ever been divorced.
If you were looking for a good divorce song.
And the Craig Morgan tune, "Almost Home," I was in Anderson, South Carolina when that song was coming out. I was doing a restaurant up there, and they played it all the time, and I loved that song, man. What a great tune that was.
It was a big song, and it's one of those songs that when you write it, you just kind of, you step back and you go, well, wait a minute, you know, this is something special, you know. I mean, you know, you look at every song as hopefully as a song that you can get recorded by an artist, but there's some that just kind of shake their finger at you, you know, and say I'm something special. And that one had a little bit of stank on it.
Ooh, boy, was that a good one! And
big impact.
I've lived the prop me up by the jukebox. I've lived that life before. Some people around here will tell you about that. But just an incredible talent.
I'm a songwriter primarily. The singer are a part of it. That's the secondary part.
I've heard you, and I think you sound great. Hey, listen, we're doing blackened baby back ribs for you.
All right.
The spin on the blackened, by the way, is most people use blackened and seasoning.
Right.
We use some blackened and seasoning, but then we put a lot of fresh stuff in with it. I think you walked up on me when I was making that, and I think you're going to know.
I saw it.
Boy, how good did that look?
I kind of put the skunk eye on it over, and I saw it. You know, I've dabbled in a little bit of rib cookery myself, so it looked awful good to me.
Well, thank you.
and I believe that it's gonna bode well for itself. Can't wait to sink my teeth into it.
You sent me an email saying you live the low carb lifestyle, and my friend, you look like it. I live the low carb lifestyle, and you know, it's not working for me. Maybe I need to change lifestyles. But anyway, folks, we're going to do the blackened baby back ribs for my new best friend, Kerry Kurt Phillips. Can't wait. It's going to be great. Come on back and join us, folks. It's going to be a great time.
I promise, Mama, I'll take my hat off when I eat.
So after several emails with Kerry Kurt Phillips, I found out a couple of things about the guy. He's on a low carb lifestyle, so am I. And he also likes pork. He's a meat kind of guy, which is great for the low carb lifestyle. Loves blackening seasoning. And I've got a great spin on it today. We're going to do a little blackening seasoning, but we're going to add fresh ingredients to it. So what I'm going to do, folks, in my little mixer here, I'm not going to endorse this until they start paying me, but we have some fresh rosemary. I'm just going to throw this fresh rosemary in here. We have fresh oregano, and you can play with different amounts depending on what you like. I'm getting it everywhere, as you can see. Fresh cilantro, which is one of my favorite seasonings, or flavors, I guess I should say. And then any blackening seasoning that you want to buy from the grocery store. I'm not going to endorse any, but this is a blackening seasoning from one of the grocery stores local. I'm going to put some of that in there, pat it all down, and then a crazy little spin, since it's a low carb thing we're doing, we're going to put fresh cut Parmesan cheese into this. And what this is going to do, when he says he likes blackening, folks, this is really going to blacken the baby back ribs up. So I'm going to throw this in here. I'm going to put my handy dandy top on as it sprays everywhere on me. And I'm going to let it do its magic. Now the great thing about this recipe is if you've watched the show with Jimmy Barrett in it, we did baby back ribs. You can use those same baby back ribs for this recipe and just use the seasoning we're doing, the blackening seasoning, for your topping. These ribs I have soaking in apple cider vinegar as we speak. I'm going to take this fresh blackening seasoning that I just made. It sticks to the apple cider vinegar like glue. Hey folks, too bad you can't smell how great this smells. It is wonderful, I'm telling you. Now the deal with these baby back ribs today, we're going to bake them in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. They're already cooked. You can also throw them on the grill. However you want to do it, folks, you can slow roast them. But we're going to put them in the oven and we're going to feed Kerry Kurt Phillips these ribs. He's going to love it, folks. Come back and join us. You're going to love the episode. So, buddy, I think the food's on the way out. You're going to love this.
I'm ready. I took my hat off. All right. Good grief. Now,
you said you like blackening, so this was...
Enjoy.
Thank you, Avi. God bless you, buddy. You said you like blackening, so this is just a little bit different spin on blackening. And we know about the low carb lifestyle. No sauce. There is a little apple cider vinegar with some seasoning in there for you to dip with. But how good does that look, my friend?
Man, it looks, if it just tastes half as good as it looks, it's going to be incredible.
Well, how about the wonderful smell?
Beautiful.
I mean, let's talk about the smell.
Oh man, the smell will make your tongue slap your brains out by itself. Tell you.
Well, dig in, buddy. And I know it's kind of hard to eat while you're on camera, but
I've never done this before.
We have no manners.
It's a new experience for me.
Yeah, we have no manners at Montana, so.
Eating on camera.
Oh,
this is brand new. I've done a lot of things on camera, but never ate ribs before. These things are falling apart.
Yes, sir.
They must be cheap. They're falling apart.
We've had ribs on this show before, and our folks kind of know what to expect, so.
That's incredible.
Hope you love those.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thank
Folks,
you.
you need to try some of these.
This is a special designed little recipe for you, my friend.
And you can ask my wife. I'm a aficionado of ribs and smoked ribs myself. So I'm tough on ribs. These are incredible.
Well, thank you.
Very,
I
very
appreciate
good.
that. I really do appreciate that. So we're talking about your music, and we're talking about everything that you've done.
Right?
What are some of your influences? Where did Kerry Kurt come up with all these great tunes from? I mean, what happened, my friend?
Well, my musical influences were, there's a funny story around one of them, but they were people like Tom T. Hall and guys like Bobby Bear, and one of the biggest was Roger Miller. I just loved their music, and I studied it, and I love the stories they told, and I love the pictures they painted with words. And when I first came to town, like I said, Roger Miller was a hero of mine, and I couldn't wait to meet him. And I'd been in town writing for just maybe a couple of years, and still couldn't get arrested. couldn't get a song recorded, saved my life, and I thought I was going to have to go back home with my tail between my legs. And I finally got a song recorded. It was "Is It Cold in Here," which was the Joe Diffie #1 single. It was my first #1 song ever, and the song came out and was a hit. And one day I was in the publishing house, and where I was a staff writer, and one of the publishers called me in the office and said, we got a call from the publisher of Roger Miller's publisher, and he's going to sue you. And I said, really? I said, how can that happen? I said, he's my idol. I love him. But evidently he had a song that was a title, something similar to that. Of course, it never went anywhere.
Right.
It was basically a whole much ado about nothing. But it was just such a shattering thing to me that my idol was going to sue me. But where I was trying to be like him, and I guess I was too much like him. But those were my big influences, big musical influences, were the storytellers.
That's awesome. Well, maybe you can turn around and sue somebody now that you're older and wiser, and let's find some young up and coming and we'll sue him. How about that?
Hopefully somebody with a whole bunch of money.
To me, your resume speaks for itself. Tell the folks a little bit about what's going to happen on stage live at Montana's.
Well, hopefully I'll sing right along with the guitar and stay in tune is the main objective this evening. And I'm just going to play some of the hits that I've had over the years, and we're going to talk to about how they came to be, some of the hijinks behind getting the songs recorded maybe, and we're just going to kind of, nothing's planned. We just roll with it and have a good time. So try to get the folks that come out that love country music and love to find out about the roots of it, the stories behind the song, so to speak, where the song actually started with, which is the writer, of course, the country songwriters, So there's a special kind of folks that like to hear the song performed by the person who actually created it.
Absolutely.
And there's something different about that, It's a little different than what you heard on the radio. It's a little bit less polished. It's more raw form, and it's how the song was written. You can hear it basically like it was on the first day it was heard as a song. So that's what they're in for.
I bet you have the words memorized.
You know what? You'll see a lot of mistakes this evening, because that's the thing about songwriters. There's over 1,000 songs in my catalog. That I've written as a writer over the past 25 years. And some of the songs you write and you forget them after you write them, because you've got to go on and write another song.
Absolutely.
So if it's not been a big hit on the radio that you hear all the time, you really don't remember the words. And especially in a show like tonight, this is a long show for a songwriter.
Yeah.
A 2-hour show. Most writers' nights that we play are with 3 people, and they last about 2 hours, so it's split between 3 people. Tonight's 2 hours, so you're going to get to hear me mess up a lot and make up words as I go. So you'll see how quick I am on my feet.
Well, you have an excuse. See, we're gonna have many beverages flowing, so use that as an excuse, or act like somebody's asking you a question, or something.
We'll have some good Knob Creek.
Absolutely,
to ease
my
the pain.
friend. Well, how's the ribs? Everything going great?
It's incredible. I wish you'd shut up so I could eat it. I mean, you know what I mean?
You eat and let me talk for a second. Folks, for a great time and an incredible evening, intimate, up close, personal, Kerry Kurt Phillips is really going to be, I think, the cream of the crop here at Montana's. You're going to love this show, folks. Come on out. Enjoy it. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're eating ribs right now. We're going to have a couple of frosty, ice cold beverages. And
if you don't like country music, just come for the food. It's well worth it.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So, folks, thank you for watching Live from Montana's with Chris Manley and Kerry Kurt Phillips. It's been a blast. Next week we have Dylan Altman and Marla Cannon Goodman.
You'll enjoy them.
You told me a little bit about Marla. I guess her dad is a big-time producer in Nashville.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we're looking forward to these two coming in next week. Country Music Night every Friday night at Montana's, folks. Come on out and join it. Montana's and Bob 106.9. You're going to love the show. A lot of talent. Come on out and check it out, folks. It's going to be a great time.